A packed house inside Ralph K. Reed Gymnasium. Energy building with every passing minute, and two of the top volleyball programs in the state set to go head-to-head. Newport Harbor gets ready for a massive test tonight against Huntington Beach, a matchup that carries serious weight in league play and on a bigger stage. This is the kind of night where you find out exactly where you stand before postseason. Good evening and welcome to Tar TV Sports. I'm Karen Rodriguez alongside with Zachary Gretsch, who is making his Tar TV Sports debut tonight. It's great to have you here, Zachary.
Oh, I appreciate you, Taryn. Really excited to be here, especially for a match like this. You've got two teams that are not only talented, but used to winning, and that's always raises the level of play. Newport Harbor has shown they can compete with top teams, and Huntington Beach has been dominant all season. It creates a really competitive environment where every point matters, and I think we're going to see both teams come out aggressively early, trying to set the tone.
Taking a look at both of these teams, Newport Harbor is actually ranked 6th in the CIF Southern Section Power Rankings, which are the most important for playoff purposes. They're number 11 in the AVCA/USA Today Top 25 poll, and they're number 7 in the state and nation via MaxPreps. For Huntington Beach, which has won 7 straight matches against the Sailors dating back to 2024, they're number 2 in the latest CIF Southern Section Power Rankings, number 4 in the AVCA USA Today Top 25 poll, and they're number 2 in the state and nation via MaxPreps. For the records, Newport Harbor is 22-8 overall and 6-4 in Sunset League play, while Huntington Beach comes in with a record of 20-3 overall and 9-1 in league play. It's a big opportunity for Newport Harbor to challenge one of the best, but an even bigger opportunity to get a win over a top 5 team in the CIF Southern Section Power Rankings. The Sailors are 0-6 against top 4 teams in the CIF Southern Section Power Rankings, which those teams are in no particular order: Corona Del Mar, Huntington Beach, Miracosta, and Loyola, as this is their best chance and last chance to get one of those wins. Huntington Beach, on the other hand, can clinch a share of the Sunset League title if they win tonight, as they're coming off of a 3rd place finish in the Clash of the Titans tournament from Hawaii.
Well, looking back at last season, Huntington Beach had control of this matchup, winning all 3 meetings and taking each one in 4 sets confidently. That's something Newport Harbor definitely remembered coming into their first matchup this year, where they almost defeated Huntington Beach, but barely lost in 5 sets. Looking for this to be their motivating factor to win here tonight. And for the Sailors, a couple players to watch. Henry Clemo is a powerful attacker who brings a physical presence at the net and can change momentum quickly. Then there's Tyler Pence, the setter and one of the team leaders. He orchestrates this offense and controls the pace and makes sure everyone understands their alignment offensively.
Earlier today, we had a chance to catch up with Tyler Pence to talk about this matchup and what it's going to take to compete and possibly beat Huntington Beach.
Our team is looking forward to playoffs, but more specifically our game on Wednesday against Huntington Beach. A lot of the guys on Huntington Beach are on our club team, so we play against them a lot, and then they're also our teammates in the off season. So it's really personal to us that we beat them this time, because last time we lost in 5 sets, which is, a nail biter, and I just can't wait to play Huntington and hopefully get them back in the second game. We're definitely going to translate our success into playoff games by doing what we do best. So keeping the ball in the middle of the court, passing well and serving well, finding that good balance between serving hard but then also keeping the ball in. Serving the seams always works for us. I mean, if you hit the ball right at the guy, it's easier to pass than if it's on his left or right. So just coming out with a lot of energy. CIF games are really energetic, and it's really important to bring the energy from point 1 and then all the way through the rest of the game.
Let's get into the keys of the match. My key for Newport Harbor is to serve and pass well effectively. When it comes to the sport of volleyball, you have to serve and pass well, no matter who you face. If the Sailors serve the ball well and they get Huntington Beach out of system, they can cause some problems for the Oilers.
And my key, Taryn, is to win the battle at the net, to set the overall pace of the game. That means strong blocking, smart shot selection, limiting unforced errors, being fundamentally sound, and doing the little things right, like timing each attack for each effective result. But most importantly, Taryn, the serve and receive, and the anticipation to get the ball's trajectory to throw off defenders. If Newport Harbor can match Huntington Beach physically and stay disciplined, they'll put themselves in a competitive dogfight throughout the match.
Sailors' last chance to get a statement win, but we're going to take ourselves a quick break. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, we will get ready for first serve between Newport Harbor and Huntington Beach, right here on Tar TV Sports. We'll be right back.
Lucas Brazil.
Welcome back to TAR TV Sports here at Newport Harbor High School for today's Sunset League Boys Volleyball matchup between the Newport Harbor Sailors and the Huntington Beach Oilers. Let's meet the starters for today's Oilers, starting with Lucas Brazil, senior middle blocker, number 6. Ken O'Costi, middle blocker / opposite. Number 8, Ben Arguello, senior opposite. Number 10, outside hitter Colin Choi. Number 21, Logan Hutnick, outside hitter. Number 14, the libero, Ivan Hua. And number 11, Carter Tchaikovsky. This is a Huntington Beach team that is coming off of a third-place finish in the Clash of the Titans tournament in Hawaii, as they are looking to try to clinch a share of the Sunset League title. They can clinch it with a win or a Corona Del Mar loss. If Huntington Beach loses, then it gets interesting for the Sea Kings because they have 2 matches remaining and they can clinch a share of the league title.
And absolutely going to have a hands full here tonight, Taryn. I believe that. And let's hear what Newport has to say about this one.
Starters for Newport Harbor, number 2, the libero, Max Rogers. Number 7, the setter, Tyler Pence. Number 8, outside hitter, Alex Wick. Number 11, middle blocker, Mots Aarons. Number 13, outside hitter, Henry Clemo. Number 21, Zach DeMaio, middle blocker. And number 23, middle blocker, Hudson Mann. Head coach for Newport Harbor is Pat Eaton. In his first season on the boys' side, coming from Tesoro High School, won 2 CIF Southern Section championships with the Titans, with Rich Polk. But now here we are with the Pat Eaton era, taking over for Matthew Johnson after he was named the interim coach who filled in for Andrew Mabry last year.
I mean, Darren, when you come into a first season like this, it's a lot of expectations early on, and I feel like Coach Eaton's really allowed himself to settle into this culture here at Newport and to understand what the Sailors are all about. And now right here, on a big opportunity to get a get-back against the Oilers.
Huntington Beach is coached by Craig Pizzanti, his 18th season at Huntington Beach. He has over 1,000 wins, surpassed 1,000 wins in terms of coaching last year. He surpassed 500 wins on the boys' side this year against Edison the second go-around. So Craig Pizzanti, he's coached a lot of talented players such as TJ DeFalco and Josh Tuaniga, both Olympians. He's got some future Olympians on his roster, as he has Logan Hutnick and Carter Tchaikovsky. Those players are definitely going to be names to watch for in the near future. But we are about to get underway here at Newport Harbor. This will be a best 3 out of 5 match. Sets 1 through 4 will go to 25 points. You still must win by 2. If a 5th set is needed, just like the first meeting between these two teams, that will go to 15 points, but you still must win by 2. Looks like Newport Harbor will get the first serve, as they'll be the ones to break the ice.
A solid crowd here tonight as well, and good support from both sides. It's always good to see the future of what could possibly be in boys volleyball on the college side as well.
Absolutely. We'll be getting into a little of that later, but Tyler Pence will be serving for Newport Harbor. Here he might be a possible valedictorian, but he is definitely a smart cookie. He's got over a 4.0 GPA. He can go to any school he wants. There's Craig Pizzanti instructing his players, but we're about to get underway here. Waiting for the officials to give him the signal as Tyler Pence will serve. We are underway at Ralph K. Reed Gymnasium. Here's Tchaikovsky, back set to Arguello, who puts that one down. That's at the point for Huntington Beach as they earn the first point of the match.
Well, you could already see them being comfortable in, and that's a great attack kill shot from Arguello, and already the Oilers settling in early on.
Pence to middle blocker, Hudson Mann for the point for Newport Harbor. That was a great quick set by Pence to Hudson Mann. That's kind of been their bread and butter in terms of feeding the middle.
That's actually Hudson Mann's first point according to stats on the year.
I think he's had more points than that, but I digress. Set going over to Arguello, blocked, recycled by the Oilers, going to Hutnick. He's blocked, still alive, in the middle, oh my goodness! Ken O'Costi, have mercy! Check for survivors, point Huntington Beach.
Wow. The power in here is no joke.
Ben Arguello serving. He's committed to play men's volleyball at Golden West. That one goes wide as it's a point for the Sailors. He's checking in is Motts Ahrens. Serving is Max Rogers, the libero.
Max Rogers has 12 service aces on the year.
Was 13. Going to Hutnick. That one is over the rainbow and down as Logan Hutnick puts that one onto the floor, giving the Oilers the point. Hutnick serving. Committed to USC, only a junior. He's had his moments on the U.S. national teams on the youth side. A great serve by Hutnick. Set going to Alex Wick. Off the block and put down. Point going to the Sailors.
It's Alex Wick, the senior outside hitter with 58 points on the year, score percentage of 39.60. He is lethal for the Sailors.
Zach DeMaio serving. Converted into an opposite after being middle blocker last year. Back set going to Arguello, blocked, still up in the air. Kept alive by the Oilers. Set going to Pence, 1-on-2. Recycled by the Sailors. Here goes Alex Wick in the corner. 8-ball finds the corner pocket. Newport Harbor gets the point as they take their first lead of the match.
Make that 59, and he threaded the needle on that one, Terry.
DeMaio back to serve for the Sailors, leading 4-3. It's a good serve right there. Tchaikovsky, middle! Just tags the line. Ken O'Costi with another kill for the Oilers, as that'll be a Huntington Beach point. And we're not up at 4-4. So Ken O'Costi is the nephew of John Costi, the head men's volleyball coach at Stanford. Here's his serve. Oh, what a serve. What a pass right there from Wick. Here's Wick off the block, kept alive by Hutnick. Back set going to Arguello. He gets a piece, but that one tagged the back line, getting the back line love, and that's a Huntington Beach point.
Second point for Arguello on the night, and he is already starting on a hot streak for Huntington.
He has really come alive for this Huntington Beach team. It used to be Logan Hutnick carrying the load, but it's Arguello as that serve sails long. Newport Harbor gets the point. So here's Alex Wick serving. Really come alive for this Newport Harbor team. Really stepped up. Good pass by Hutnick. Back set going to Hutnick. Going off the springboard and putting that one down off the block. Huntington Beach will take that point as Carter Tchaikovsky will serve. He just made the US U19 team qualifiers. He has a chance to actually make the team come May. Back row going to Wick. He gets that one cross court. And Alex Wick with 3 kills so far for the Sailors as they knock this one up at 6-6.
And 60 points on the year. Welcome to the 60 club right here, Alex Wick.
Here's Motts Ahrens getting ready to serve. Good little serve right there. Tchaikovsky back set going to Choi. Ball kept alive, but not quite enough. As Colin Choi sneaks that one off the block, and it's a point for the Oilers.
Yeah, Colin Choi really testing out his back line for the Sailors, and right now it's working to some avail.
Good pass by Rogers, going over to Clemo, blocked and roofed! Ben Arguello just says access denied. Give a little credit to Lucas Brazow as well, as the Oilers take that point.
Bringing the house down with some stuff, and those middles making some difference.
Good pass by Rogers. Pence going to the middle. Oh, what a dig by Hua. Hua's gonna have to force this one over. As Newport Harbor's on the attack. Pence, back row, Wick, kept alive by Tchaikovsky. Hutnick forces it over, recycled off the block. Tchaikovsky middle, blocked off the ceiling, and that'll be a point for the Sailors. As what a stuff at the net from Newport Harbor.
That's Hudson Mann's 22nd block on the year, and he is not someone that you're just gonna go up there nicely with. He brings all the power on that punch.
What a serve by Pence. Back set going to Arguello. Sailors recover it. Back row going to Wick. Through the block and down. Alex Wick is starting to come alive early and often here as he's got 4 kills.
Now 61 points on the year.
Good pass by Hutnick. Tchaikovsky over to Hutnick. Blasting that off the block is Hutnick. Point going to the Oilers. And checking in for Huntington Beach will be Asher Mitchell. And Mitchell will have the serve. Did see some action at libero for the Oilers a little bit. Knows some of these Newport Harbor players well as he plays on Balboa Bay's volleyball club team.
Yeah, when you get to see these players very often, you start to see their tendencies, a little bit of their weaknesses as well.
That one's blocked but recycled, and that one's going to be a lift violation on the Sailors. And Eaton doesn't really agree with the call, but it is a point for the Oilers.
Hey, little things in a tight-knit, close game right here. It's a 2-point lead.
Oh, tough lead right there. One's hand set, blocked at the net, recycled by the Sailors. Going to DeMaio, kept alive by Tchaikovsky. And this one will not make it. So it's a 4 contacts called on Newport, or on Huntington Beach, as the Sailors get the point.
So, get their point back right there on the miscue. Little things. And these back-to-back points costed both teams.
Henry Clemo serving. What a serve right there. Tchaikovsky, middle to Costi, kept alive by Pence. It's still a live ball. Clemo can't get it over. That'll be Huntington Beach's point right there.
It's Tchaikovsky's music to his ears.
Here's Ben Arguello serving. Top of the tape and does not cross. Newport Harbor gets the point. Serving will be Max Rogers. Oilers up 11-10 in the first set. Here's Rogers' serve. Good little serve right there. Tchaikovsky back set over to Arguello. Dug up by Rogers, but no avail. As Arguello just set off the dynamite in the cavern with Logan Hutnick to serve.
He's the hot zone right now for Huntington Beach. They're going to keep pounding to him and making it seem like he is the only one to not be stopped. So Newport's got their hands full with him right now.
What a serve by Hutnick. Middle to Mott's Aarons. And he sneaks that one through the block and down on the Oilers side. Zach DeMille will serve. Inverted middle blocker to opposite. Needed that position in the worst way possible. Good serve by DeMille. Tchaikovsky setting it up for Choi. Blocked at the net. Recycled by the Oilers. Choi again gets that one to go down.
Second chance ball. Give him another opportunity right there. And found a zone, or a better hole, we'd like to say, in that defense of Newport's.
They called Colin Choi consistent as Ken O'Costi will serve. That one goes into the net. That is the 4th service error on Huntington Beach tonight. Still leading by 1, 13-12, as Alex Wick will serve. That one sails just a little long, as that's the Sailors' first missed serve of the night, with Huntington Beach taking the point, back up by 2. So here's Carter Tchaikovsky. Older brother Bennett plays for NYU, was just named Libero of the Year in NYU's conference. That one tickles the tape. Overpass, muscled over by Pence, winning the joust at the net. Pence says, hey, I got some muscle. I've been hitting the weight room.
Absolutely, and like you said, he's using his smarts to his advantage. Over a 4.0 GPA, has got the understanding of a high IQ player, Terrence.
Good serve by Mott's Aarons. This one's going to be set for Hutnick over to Arguello. Kept alive by Clemo. Back row going to Wick. He puts that one down. Alex Wick bringing the back row barbecue on that one as they knock this one up at 14 apiece.
Alex Wick with the lethal right arm and the height ability in him.
Another good serve from Aarons. This one going back row to Colin Choi, and that one gets put down. Back set to Colin Choi, as that's his 3rd kill of the night. Huntington Beach with 3 different players with 3 kills.
They're spreading around the love, Taryn, and that's something you want to see early on from a team, to find multiple guys to attack Newport.
That one gets drilled right there by Hudson Mann, his 2nd kill of the night, and that'll be Newport Harbor's point, up by 1 in this first set. Or is it? Nope, it's actually 15-15. It's a little score malfunction right there, caught by Craig Pizzanti. Thank you. So here's Pence serving. Oh, what a serve by Pence. Tchaikovsky back set to Arguello. Rogers going over to Henry Clemmo through the block, kept alive by Hua. Back set going to Arguello, kept alive. Here is DeMaio blocked over to the Huntington Beach side. Tchaikovsky going to Hutnick. He gets through the block, but the Sailors keep it alive. Pence sleeves. That's DeMaio. Long rally here as Hutnick keeps it alive. This one's going to Hutnick, running out of real estate, kept alive, recycled. Clemmo to DeMaio, blocked and roofed. Logan Hutnick says access denied, try again later.
Probably one of the best rallies we've seen all night, and then right there, Hutnick just said, not so fast. Let me end it on a high note.
Longest rally of the night so far as Asher Mitchell back to serve for the Oilers. That one tickles the tape, just crosses through. DeMaio gets dug up by Choi. Here's Hutnick. Out of system ball dug up back to the Oilers. Hutnick again, dug up again by Pence. Running out of real estate is Newport Harbor, but they recycle this one. Rogers, they'll take it to Clemmo, to Choi. Back set going to, who else? Ben Arguello for kill number 4.
Ben Arguello's making a statement game. Like you said, 4 kills on the night, and he is not stopping. What do you think they can do to stop him, Taryn?
Probably going to need to double down on him. That's a solid serve by Mitchell. Going to DeMaio, off the antenna, which is out of play. And Huntington Beach has their biggest lead of the set, up 18-15, as Pat Eaton will signal for a timeout. So Huntington Beach has won 7 straight matches over Newport Harbor, dating back to 2024. But all of those matches have at least gone 4 sets. The previous match, there was one tournament instance where the Oilers and the Sailors faced. That was Best of the West, where the Oilers did need overtime to win that second set, and they just barely outlasted the Sailors in that quarterfinal match of Best of the West. The first Sunset League meeting between these two teams, Huntington Beach reverse swept the Sailors. It was a big-time victory for the Oilers, and that victory might be the difference maker right there, considering they're 1 game ahead of Corona Del Mar. And if Huntington Beach does win, their last game is against Marina, which I've seen in action. They're a scrappy team. They're a good team. But Huntington Beach did beat them the first go-around. But a win tonight would give Huntington Beach at least a share of the league title.
What do you feel like Newport can do to kind of spoil that fun and learn from their mistakes previously, Terry?
I think they're going to have to feed the middle more. I think that's their bread and butter here. And then I think they got to get Henry Clemmo involved. If not, they got to feed the hot hand and Alex Wick. So here's Mitchell serving. Another good serve from Mitchell. Here's Pence back set to Clemmo, and he gets his first kill of the night.
Well, right on cue, like you said, Henry Clemmo making his presence felt, and I believe that is his 67th point on the season.
Clemmo, a 3-year varsity player. He transferred in from Mater Dei his freshman year. As here's his serve. Oh, a good serve right there. That one might not be coming back, and it's an ace. He went from 0 points to now 2 points after 1 timeout, and the Sailors draw within 1.
What do they say? A cold start engine can go really fast if you give him some gasoline and some love, and right now Henry Clemmo just started it up.
Another good serve from Clemmo. One-handed set from Tchaikovsky. It's a free ball for the Sailors. Can they take advantage? Pence to Command. That'll do it. Sailors tie this one up at 18 apiece, and the Sailors have a 3-0 run of their own.
Well, 7-23 all day, every day for Newport Harbor, and right now, it's all knotted up.
Another good serve from Clemmo. This one might not be coming back, and it's an ace! Henry Clemmo is serving and sizzling from the service line as Newport Harbor has rattled off 4 straight points to lead 19-18.
14 service aces on the year. He's got 2 here tonight.
That one goes just a little wide as Huntington Beach gets a much-needed point. And Huntington Beach will bring in Nicky Brazow, Lucas Brazow's brother. As Brazow will serve. Knotted up at 19 apiece. It was actually part of their rotation last year in terms of serving. Oh, what a serve and what an ace right there. And that is the first ace of the night for the Oilers, and that is why he was part of that serving rotation from last year, because of things like that.
Absolutely, you can see right away. Pizzanti was like, all right, I have a secret weapon in disguise and found him right there.
See if he can go 2 for 2. That one tickles the tape. Pence, one-handed to Zach DeMaio. First kill of the night for Zach, and we are knotted up at 20-20. So here's Max Rogers serving. Just doing a quick little score check, making sure everything is A-okay, and it is. Here's Rogers with the serve. Good pass right there. Going to Hutnick, off the block. That's not coming back. Don't even bother planning the return trip as Logan Hutnick gets that one to go down as he will serve.
This junior is really star-studded, and he is really bringing a thorn on Newport's side.
Started out as a middle blocker in his freshman year. This was actually the same opponent that Craig Pizzanti moved him to. But here's Alex Quick. What a save by Hutnick. This one's going to have to be forced over. Newport Harbor can tie this one up. Here's Pence going to DeMaio. Blocked and roofed! Colin Choi! The little man has some hops, and he says, "Aole," which is Hawaiian 4, access denied.
It's awesome, Taryn.
Newport Harbor calls timeout. Huntington Beach up 22-20. It's when you thought the Sailors had momentum. The Oilers bring it back. What a block that was.
Absolutely. I mean, the height difference, him able to get up over the net and just clear it with every part of himself. I mean, this just shows you who's going to attack you on any given night. Both of these teams really have seen each other more than once, and they understand that it's going to take every ounce of energy here to honestly take the W here tonight.
You got to give it up for Carter Tchaikovsky. Only a sophomore. Like I said, he's made the US U17 qualifier team. Could make the team, and he could be playing in May, which could be problematic for schedules for the Oilers if they have a deep playoff run, but only time will tell. As Logan Hutnick will be serving. The Oilers lead 22-20 in this first set. Sailors out of timeouts. Craig Pizzanti with 2 timeouts remaining.
You definitely want to see more areas in the aces department, so let's see how the Oilers can handle that.
This one goes long, and that's service error number 5 for the Oilers as the Sailors draw within 1 with DeMaio serving.
Like I said, I mean, that serve receive and just getting it over the net has been a little bit of a kind of limitation here tonight for the Oilers.
There's DeMaio serve. Whoa, what a low serve, and that's an ace! Zach DeMaio goes limbo on that serve, dropping it in the deep 6 as the Sailors knock this one up at Deuces Wild, and Craig Pizzanti will use one of his 2 timeouts.
Cap that off to make 7 service aces for DeMaio on the year, and he's tallying them up, Taryn.
The interesting thing is that Newport Harbor has 3 service aces. They're a solid serving team. I've seen them in some matches, and they serve the ball really well. It's just that they got to play the entire set and an entire game of volleyball to their advantage.
No, absolutely. And you have to understand, hey, what version are we getting them tonight? If it's not the service errors, then they got to find a way to get it over the net on a different portion. I mean, they've had Hutnick getting going, Ben Arguello getting it going. So, Taryn, good teams, championship teams, find a way to get it done on any given night.
Huntington Beach did make the CIF Southern Section Finals in Division I, fell to Miracosta in 5 last year, also made the SoCal Regional Division I Finals, lost to Miracosta at Miracosta in 3. So the Oilers trying to get a little redemption here. They're also trying to lock up at least a share of the Sunset League title. They got to get past Newport Harbor here. Zach DeMaio will serve 22-22. Here's DeMaio's serve. Another good serve right there. Tchaikovsky going over to Choi. Oh, that's dug by Rogers. Kept alive by Clemo, but they're going to have to free ball it. Nearly passed out of play. Tchaikovsky backs it to Arguello, but it's out. Was that a net? Pizzanti not liking the call, but it looks like it is Newport Harbor's point, and they go up 23-22.
And even that slight advantage can mean a whole ton throughout this game.
See if DeMaio has another ace up his sleeve. Tchaikovsky, back row, 2! Hutnick! Who else? He's got 5 kills already, and he gets a little bit of assist from the tape.
Hey, why don't we give an assist to the tape like you said? And Hutnick right now is just finding a way to really keep the Oilers in this one. And man, it's been a lengthy first set here.
Ken O'Costi serving. Nice little jump serve into the net. Oh my goodness, that is not what the Oilers wanted. As Newport Harbor will have a set point opportunity. Alex Wick serving. But first, Craig Pizzanti taking a wise timeout, icing the server. You don't take your timeouts into the next set and beyond.
Yeah, and I think too, Taryn, 6 service errors as a team right now for the Oilers, and that's what they got. They got to find a way to flip it, because right now that's what's been hurting them in the long run in this first set. And in general, it's giving some momentum booster for Coach Eaton's crew.
Absolutely. This would be a big win for Newport Harbor. They've had their fair share of ups and downs. They did start off the second half of Sunset League play losing to Los Alamitos, which they did not have Hudson Mann. They had a few other losses. They lost to Redondo Union. They were not at full strength. Pat Eaton said that even if his team was at full strength against Redondo, they would have needed to play exceptional ball. But against the top 5 in the CIF Southern Section Power Rankings, Newport Harbor is 0-7. They have a chance to rewrite those wrongs if they can get a win tonight. And that win could go a long way in terms of playoff seeding.
It's one of their pillar characters too, Taryn. Responsibility for Newport Harbor, and that's what they want to do, the responsibility to right those wrongs.
Here's Alex Wick serving for set point. Oh, nice serve right there. Tchaikovsky back set to Arguello. He's blocked and roofed! And that is how this first set ends. Mats Ahrens says, no, no, no. Newport Harbor takes set 1, 25-23. And Mats Ahrens, that's not the first time he's had a walk-off block in a set. He had one against Corona Del Mar at Corona Del Mar, and it was breathtaking.
Big-time players make big-time plays in the biggest moments. And right there, Mats Ahrens said, I'm a senior, I got the veteran presence here, and I will make it felt.
Sailors lead the match 1-0 as we'll go to a commercial break. When we come back, we'll have set 2 between the Oilers and the Sailors on TAR TV Sports right after this. Welcome back to Newport Harbor Boys Volleyball Sunset League action between Newport Harbor and Huntington Beach. Sailors took the first set 25-23 with some late game heroics from Mott's Aarons. And man, what a big time set win for the Sailors. The tar pit is, what little of the tar pit on a school night is here showing support for their fellow Sailors.
And I'll tell you right now, if you are Oilers fans, you have to find a way to get it going and get over the hump of service errors. And that's the one thing that I feel like they're going to clean up in here in set 2. And yes, the support over here for Sailor Nation. I mean, Sailor Pride. That's what it is, Sailor Pride, Taryn.
Absolutely. So as former and the late Rocky Chiarelli once said, you live by the jump serve, you die by the jump serve. You got to take your hits with your misses. And Chiarelli did coach at both of these schools. He coached here at Newport Harbor from 2015 to 2019, coached his nephew Dane Chalmers, coached at Huntington Beach, had an amazing, amazing career with the Oilers in terms of coaching. He will be missed, but he lives on, and he is watching a good one from up above.
Definitely right now, these top two programs understand the game of volleyball, and that's kudos to both of these coaches, really pushing their programs to new heights.
As we start set 2, here's Colin Choi serving. Let's serve from Choi, but middle to Man, slowed down by the block. Choi going over to Arguello, off the block, kept alive by Wick, but no avail, as Arguello makes up for last set. So Colin Choi serving. His teammates call him consistent, and that is what he is. What a good serve right there. But Man tries again in the middle, slowed down again. Choi going over to Arguello again, and just like before, he puts that one down, and Choi gets the assist.
Wow, 4 points on the night. Man, like you said, he's coming back hot. He wants to keep it going. That's a consistent effort. And Choi, great job on the assist.
6 kills right now for Arguello as, oh my goodness, Alex Wick just sprang from the back row. Check his sneakers for springs as Newport Harbor gets that point. Here's Henry Clemo serving, had a pair of aces in that first set. Almost had another. Tchaikovsky backs it to Arguello. Kept alive by the Sailors, but here is, oh my goodness, that was Lucas Brazel on the overpass kill.
Brazel, he's really showing the effort right there. And the middle blocker position, one of the toughest in volleyball.
But they definitely get the respect they deserve, as serving now is actually Nick Lowe. Oilers up 3-1 in the second set. Nice little serve from Lowe. Going over to Wick. That one's off the block. Kept alive by Lowe. Tchaikovsky going over to Hutnick. Who else? Oh, kept alive by Rogers, but no avail. And Logan Hutnick puts the hammer into the wood. Hammer down into the wood, courtesy on that one.
Well, I'll tell you what's been more in the department, Aaron. All these kills and attack. Offense is alive and well, but let's see what the defense can do and responds on both sides.
Oh, what a dig by Tchaikovsky. Choi going over to Arguello. Kept alive by Clemo. Here's Pence. Over to Wick. Blocked. Recycled by the Sailors. Out of system ball and out of play.
Yeah, a little confusion, but honestly on the redemption for that for Newport. They were already out of the system, like you said, and kudos to Huntington Beach right there, pushing their defenders off balance. And we'll see if they can do that more of the tape here.
Oilers looking pretty fresh to start this set, as they are doing a great job of slowing down the middle. Here's Arguello. It looks like he got a piece of the block. And that will be Huntington Beach's point.
He was fading back, Taryn, like a good old fadeaway jump shot we see. And man, he really made it felt. And look at, right now, the Oilers have come out strong.
You would think Newport Harbor would have had a lot more energy after winning that first set, but it's quite the opposite. They're a little sluggish to start this second set, as they have allowed 3 kills from Ben Arguello, who has 7 on the night. He also got 6 kills for Logan Hutnick. Colin Choi's really passed well, not just in terms of passing the ball, but setting as well. Tchaikovsky better be careful, because Choi has a little setter in him.
Yeah, I mean, hey, when you have an outside hitter doing the work of a setter too, I mean, it really shows how he's grown in volleyball. And you know what the crazy part is too, is there's still more time to be played. And when you have your best volleyball happening, Taryn, at the right time, the CIF playoffs are very near. You want to have your best foot forward.
Nicolo still serving for Huntington Beach, up 6-1. Biggest lead of the night for the Oilers. Another good serve from Lowe. Here's Alex Wick, dug up by Lowe, but gets a little assist from the rafters as Alex Wick puts down his 7th kill of the night.
Hey, Newport Harbor is using every single bit of home court advantage.
They need all the points they can get to dig their way out of this deficit, as here's Max Rogers tickling the tape. Tchaikovsky to Hutnick. Can't keep it alive on Newport Harbor side, as Hutnick puts down yet another kill. He has 7 on the night for the Sailors. They're going to bring back Nikki Brazow. Brazow will serve.
It's like their Weapon X.
Yep, he does have a service ace. You'd think that Huntington Beach would be running a 6-2 just because you do rotate opposites. Brazow getting a little antsy right there, doesn't want to wait serving.
I don't blame him.
It's like Nicky Brazow's tapping into his inner Micah Goss. Here's Brazow. Oh, what a serve right there. Pence going to the middle for Arons. Kept alive by Brazow. Hutnick through the block and down. And the Oilers are just rolling here, as they have no intention of stopping by any means.
What we said early on, it's like that cold start that they had in the first set, now they've turned it on. They probably had a good pep talk from good old Coach Pazanzi, and you know his resume more than anybody else. He understands high-level volleyball at the highest stage.
It's a good serve by Brazow. Sailors are going to have to free ball it. Here's Tchaikovsky over to Hutnick. Gets the open campfire put out.
Yeah, backline gap right there, and he just found it. Sweet spot, and the no ill-attended defense. And Logan Hutnick has been the show to watch in set 2 for the Oilers.
4 kills in this set alone, as he has 9 on the night. This Huntington Beach team is starting to prove why they're number 2 in terms of the CIF rankings and in terms of the Max Preps rankings. Here's Brazow serve. Another sizzler right there. DeMaio. It's going to be free balled again. Here's Tchaikovsky. Back row! Colin Choi! This kid can jump out the gym. And it's all Huntington Beach at this point.
So we don't even need to know his vertical, Taryn, because at the end of the day, if they put him in a combine, they would say his best attribute is his height and his vertical leap. No, it's the vertical leap to understand why this kid can play probably all positions in volleyball.
Huntington Beach has had a better start to the second half of Sunset League play. First half, they did have a few close calls, needed reverse sweeps to take down Los Alamitos and Newport Harbor. They had an ugly game against Corona Del Mar, which is a game they would like to forget. And other than the matches against Edison, Marina, and Fountain Valley, those were kind of their ugly games. But the second half of Sunset League play has really been bright for Huntington Beach. They have only dropped 1 set in the second half of league play, beat Corona Del Mar, which was a big win for them, swept Fountain Valley, swept Edison, swept Los Alamitos on the road. Going to try to get their way out of this 1-0 set deficit, but they are leading 10-2 in this second set. That was Newport Harbor's second timeout, so no timeouts remaining for them. As Nikki Brazow continues to serve. Here's Brazow's serve into the net, and Newport Harbor is probably breathing a sigh of relief as they needed that one. As Arguello comes back in. Here's Zach DeMaio serving. Oilers still up 10-3 in this second set. Sailors are going to need to go on a monster run here. Here's DeMaio's serve. Good serve right there. Tchaikovsky looks like that was a fake out, and Ken O'Costi just faking and baking in the middle.
One thing, like you said early on, middle blocker and oppo as well. So he understands the idea as an opposite hitter. Okay, I'm going to find a way to attack this defense quickly, but as a middle blocker, he has that defensive mentality first. So he just showed it right there.
Hutnick's serve just goes a little long. It's another point for the Sailors. So Alex Wick will serve.
Hey, regardless of the outcome of this game, Taryn, Huntington Beach is going to look back on this one and say we need to clean up all our serving opportunities.
This one's kind of free-balled for the Sailors. Middle blocker for Aarons. He's blocked and roofed. Ken O'Costi closes the gate on him, and it's another Huntington Beach point. And Costi will go to the service line. Nephew of John Costi, Stanford men's volleyball coach. It's another good serve right there from Costi. Here's Clemo, can't clear the net. And the Oilers just continue to pile on the points, while Newport Harbor is still looking for answers.
I wonder what that whole living room or like family gatherings is like for Ken O'Costi. I mean, having a relative in Division I coaching. I mean,
what a dig by Rogers. This one's going to have to be free-balled. Nearly let it drop, and it drops! Just like Newport Harbor drew it up as Henry Clemo gets the dig kill, and Huntington Beach has got to be sick to their stomach, even though they're up 8.
And he said he was a players to watch, Taryn, and that's right there. Needed a much-needed points, if we say so ourselves.
What a good serve right there. Tchaikovsky, middle attack! Hanging and banging is Lucas Brazow. Got a piece of the pie, and it got a piece of the line. It would have been New Huntington Beach's point no matter what. It was either going to be off the block or it was going to hit the back line. Either way, it is Huntington Beach's point. They lead 14-5 in set number 2. As Tchaikovsky goes to the service line.
Been a big difference here, Taryn, on the score in the second set.
Henry Clemo going over. Looks like there was a net violation anyway. Don't think that would have been cleared anyway. And yeah, it's a net violation.
Well, coming into this game, combined kill percentage for Henry Clemo was a 42.70.
And that one's an ace. Gets the dirty ace to drop as Tyler Pence with his first ace of the night and the 4th ace overall for Newport Harbor.
28th service ace on the year for good old Mr. Pence.
Can he make it 2 for 2? He makes it 2 for 2. Tyler Pence with pocket aces dealt. And even though Newport Harbor's down, they're trying to find some momentum to give to set 3.
The trustworthiness Coach Eaton has in number 7. Again, academic athlete, but also an all-rounded one as well, and he's really playing at a high level.
Also on ASB, he does the morning announcements with Henry Clemo. I had the honor of interviewing him at Sunset Rewind with Henry Clemo. Pence will go back to the line. We'll try to make it a 3 of a kind. Oh, what a sizzler right there. Tchaikovsky, middle attack. Another hanging and banging kill from Lucas Brazow. And Huntington Beach stops the bleeding.
Well, the Brazow brothers know what's up in Huntington Beach, and right now they're making their presence felt, especially Mr. Lucas Brazow at that middle blocker position.
Good serve from Choi. Going over to DeMaio. He's blocked. Oh, blocked and roofed. Ben Arguello and Lucas Brazow stopping and popping. Here's Choi with the serve again. Another good serve from Choi. Another good stop from the Oilers. Hutnick squeezes that one through the block like it's orange in an orange juice. And this Huntington Beach team just continues to roll. That is kill number 10 for Mr. Hutnick. Choi continues to serve. Another good serve right there. DeMaio dug up by Choi. Tchaikovsky back set to Arguello. Kept alive by Clemo. Pence, back row, Wick. Kept alive by Arguello. Here's Tchaikovsky to Arguello again. He puts that one through.
Ben Arguello has an engine of his own. It might feel like he disappears at some points and then he becomes a bright spot. And right there, just found it against the blockers and opposing defenders of Newport Harbor. But right now, Newport Harbor's got to dig deep because right now it's the largest lead, double deficit.
The largest lead of the match for Huntington Beach as Hudson Mann squeezes that one through. Give Newport Harbor the point. And DeMaio will come back in, getting a quick breather as Wesley Fell checked in. But the officials say he's got to officially check in and not just sneak his way through because the book has to jot down the substitution. Because you only get a few substitutions, a certain number of substitutions in volleyball.
Yes, absolutely.
Right, now Zach DeMaio is officially in for Newport Harbor for Wesley Fell. And it looks like we have a stoppage here.
Definitely going to want to see for DeMaio how he can pick up more blocks on this one. He came into this game with 25 on the year, and right now they're going to need something to stop this full arsenal attack from Huntington Beach. Ben Arguello has been a problem. Colin Choi has been a problem. Logan Hutnick has been a definite problem with 10 kills, like you said.
Henry Clemo serving, trying to get Newport Harbor some momentum here. Oh, good serve by Clemo, but an even better set to Hutnick from Tchaikovsky. 6 kills in this set for Hutnick. USC commit, only a junior as Nick Lowe checks back in for the Oilers.
Well, he said fight on. He's got half number of kills in this one, 11, just like his jersey in 21, but right now he is showing that cool, calm collectiveness, and he's making it known in this set.
Jeff Nygaard's going to be one happy camper once he gets a player like Logan Hutnick. Nick Lowe serving, 19 looking at 9 in set 2 in favor of the Oilers. Another good serve right there. Alex Wick through the block. Oh, one-handed chicken wing dig from Choi. Hutnick, that one goes over and through as Hutnick is on fire this set.
I feel like the ball's just magnetizing on his hand. Wherever it goes, it just finds a way to get a point and rattle Newport Harbor. But right now, Newport Harbor has got to take this set to just restart. Regardless of the outcome, they got to be able to get ready for the next one and find a way to get back what they found in set 1.
Looks like Eaton is kind of pulling the starters here, trying to keep them fresh a little. As they put in John Hohenstein. And that's a nice little roll shot kill from Alex Wick. Just rolled the dice and did not think twice.
Yeah, the roll shot is the best finesse move in volleyball because it really throws off the defenders. Instead of a full force attack kill, it shows and paints the corners all over the place.
Max Rogers will serve. Good little serve right there. Tchaikovsky back set to Arguello. Why not? Another kill for Ben Arguello, his 5th of the set and 9th of the night overall.
Almost have 2 players in double digits for kills. That's massive to see right now, and their offense is really starting to come alive.
It's kind of their two-headed monster right there with Arguello and Hutnick. It's Nikki Rizal serving. It's kind of the straw that stirs the drink. And it's another booming serve. That one gets a little bit of a pass off the ceiling. Huntington Beach with a free ball. Tchaikovsky over to Hutnick. Tags the sideline. Actually, it's off the block. But regardless, it is Huntington Beach's point, and it's another kill for Hutnick. Make it 8 in set number 2.
And 12 on the evening.
Rizal going back to serve with Huntington Beach up comfortably in this second set. Pence going to Wick, one-on-one. He gets that one to go down. Senior versus sophomore, experience does matter. So that's kill number 4 in this set for Alex Wick. 9th on the night. Zach DeMille will serve. Ben Arguello back in for the Oilers.
Yeah, Alex Wick's got to keep it going. They got to find some player to rely on right now in set 2.
Good pass from Choi. Tchaikovsky, middle attack! Now that one was a hanging and banging kill as Ken Okosti just put a dent in the floor.
Costly for Costi.
Henry Katz checking in for Newport Harbor. Pat Eaton just getting all of the reserves some time. And some breathing time for the starters as Logan Hutnick will serve. Oh, what a good serve that was. Oh, what a middle attack. Mott's Aarons. Sailors just playing tic-tac-toe. 3 good passes in a row. That was beauty right there.
Aarons was the one that finished the first set, and now he's brought it back to give some life for this much-needed offense for Newport Harbor.
Tchaikovsky backstep to Hutnick. Why not? Make it 9 kills this set and make it 14 on the night. And Huntington Beach with 12 set point opportunities. As DeMaio will check back in for the Sailors. Serving will be Ken Okosti. So again, set point for the Oilers. 12 set point opportunities for this Huntington Beach team, who has definitely flipped the script following set 1. That one is served into the twine, and Newport Harbor will take the point. The interesting thing is that Newport Harbor has not missed any serves, but then again, they haven't really had a chance to serve, as Mott's Aarons will go back to serve. Second set point for the Oilers.
It's a great point indeed, Taryn.
Good pass from Hutnick. Sent over to Choi. Stamp of approval right there as Colin Choi puts the exclamation point on that one. And it was all Huntington Beach as they take set 2, 25-13, evening the match at 1-1. And we have ourselves a ball game, ladies and gentlemen, a Sunset League ball game.
Absolutely, and I feel like they have a star in the making in Huntington Beach, and Mr. Choi, he's starting to cook up some formula of his own. The Newport Harbor is starting to make some noise as well, but they need to find a way in set 3. What do you think, Taryn, for Newport Harbor to come into this one, dissect it for set 3?
Well, they have to pass a lot better. I said this in the keys to watch for. If Newport Harbor passes the ball well and then they serve aggressively, then they can get Huntington Beach out of system. But it just did not look that way in set number 2 as Huntington Beach just rolled. They proved why they were a top 5 team in the nation.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, too, for Huntington Beach, on their end, they're forcing Newport in some tough binding situations. But for Newport, they got to find a way to get a sequence going, a balanced attack, and find their offense that they were finding early on in set 1.
Absolutely. That is key right there. And we have a couple minutes before we get back into the action. Newport Harbor trying to make the playoffs in Division 1. They have a bye. They have a bye after this, as next Tuesday they close off the regular season against Fountain Valley. That one could be the one where they have to win, because if they don't, they could fall out of the top 8. From what I'm hearing, it looks like this year's CIF playoff format will be a 10 to 12 team bracket instead of the standard pool play bracket with 4 teams.
Yeah, definitely. So we'll see more in tuned action. We'll take a little bit of a break right here as it's tied in 1-1 here in this Sunset League action.
You're watching TAR TV Sports here on YouTube. We'll be right back. Sports Boys Volleyball Edition Sunset League action between the Newport Harbor Sailors and the Huntington Beach Oilers. It was all Huntington Beach in that second set as they took it 25-13. The match is even at one set apiece as Huntington Beach, they need a win tonight in order to lock up at least a share of the Sunset League title. Newport Harbor trying to play spoiler here. If they do beat the Oilers, then one team by the name of Corona Del Mar will be happy as a clam. Even though Corona Del Mar does have Los Alamitos at home on Friday, and then they've got Marina next Tuesday. But it looks like Huntington Beach could get at least a share of the league title either tonight or on Friday. Yeah.
So it sounds a lot of rifts in the ocean, a lot of riptides as well. So they got to find a way, both of these two teams, to navigate the water and find it quickly. Because right now, 1-1. Tied in all sets and now going into set 3. What do you want to see, Taryn, from both of these two teams real quickly before we start?
I need to see Newport Harbor just stringing together the points and just serving and passing well. I know it sounds cliche, but they need to serve and pass effectively. So there was a great serve by Pence. Going to Arguello! Blocked and roofed! Straight down! Hudson Man and Zach DeMaio! Are you kidding me?
Well, Twin Towers right there. And Newport Harbor. And that's the way to start set 3.
That serve goes just a little long as that is a Huntington Beach point. We're tied up at a French fry score of 1-1. Colin Choi will serve. Mr. Consistent, as his teammates love to call him. Nice serve by Choi. Pence going over to DeMaio. He's blocked, recycled by the Sailors. Back row going to Wick. He's stopped, but oh, what a save. And that's going to be 4 contacts on the Sailors. That one was pinballed around. And now we're going to wipe away the perspiration off the ground.
Yeah, a lot of water spillage right there. Bodies flying everywhere. I mean, no one was giving up effort off of that play. Kudos to every single one. But right there, Huntington Beach put a little bit now balance of a play. But Newport, the grit and effort that they have, they're really showing it. And they're starting off strong. They got to find a way to turn some defense into offense, though.
Good pass right there from Newport Harbor. Clemo gets dug up, but Henry Clemo gets his first kill of the third set, putting him at 4 on the night.
That's exactly what we were trying to dial up there. And Newport Harbor, Henry Clemo is a player to watch. He's coming in. He's got to be able to navigate it, turn his defense into offense. Tied it all up here.
Oh, what a good serve from Clemo. Back set going to Arguello. And he just set off the dynamite on that one. Give him 10 kills right there. That is his 10th of the night. Snicklow back in for the Oilers, and he will have the serve. Oilers up 3-2 in set 3. Match tied up at 1 set apiece. Good pass by Clemo. Pence springing off the gym in that one was Zach DeMaio. Was a net violation on the Oilers, but it did not matter. So that's a point for the Sailors.
Coming into tonight, DeMaio had a hitting efficiency of a .196 and now probably up there on the 200 level. So kudos to him.
And unfortunately that one goes awry as Hutnick tried to force it over, but that one went into the string. So Newport Harbor takes the lead at 4-3.
Starting to see the little things go awry again as we saw in set one, Taryn.
But Hutnick makes up for that one as Hutnick just pounds that one down into the ground. That is his 15th kill of the night as Nicky Brazow back in for the Oilers.
Mr. Hutnick is in a world of his own, Taryn. He is in a world of his own.
And we're just living in it. There's Brazow's serve, tickles the tape, kept alive by the Sailors. Running out of real estate, barely did not get passed out of play. Hutnick gets dug up by Clemo. Here's Pence, over to Wick, blocked and roofed. Hutnick on the denial. Looks like he got a little assist from Tchaikovsky, but regardless, it is a Huntington Beach point.
Offense, defense, it doesn't matter. Number 21 has dialed it up and put a card, and he's put all in, bet all the chips. If he understood it, man, he's mastered the craft.
Seems like every time Huntington Beach and Newport Harbor play one another, Hutnick has a big match. Oh, what a serve right there. As this one goes back to the Huntington Beach side. Hutnick again! Through the block and down. As I was saying, freshman year, the second match between Huntington Beach and Newport Harbor back in 2024. He started off in the middle, but then Craig Pizzanti made the wise decision to move him to the outside, and ever since then, he has not gone back to middle blockers. That might have been $1 million idea from Pizzanti. What a roll shot right there from Alex Wick, giving him 10 kills on the night and giving Newport Harbor the ball back and a point.
That's what Newport Harbor's going to have to do. They're going to have to get at least multiple players in double-digit club to find their way to keep getting the opportunity at hand. We see what Logan Hutnick can bring on Huntington Beach, but Newport Harbor and Alex Wick and finding Henry Clemo as well with his tag team teammates, they can make some damage pay.
Oh, what a serve right there from DeMaio. Back row, Challen Choi gets the sideline right there. As what a bounce from Colin Choi.
No one was back home over there, so he just knocked on the door and slammed that one. Colin Choi is a hidden gem, and we found him here in Newport Harbor High School.
Oh, what a serve by Hutnick. Middle attack for Orange. Kept alive by the Oilers. Back row for Hutnick. Kept alive by Rogers. And it looks like there's a centerline violation called against the Huntington Beach Oilers. And Choi can't believe that. Newport Harbor points with them only down 6-7.
You know, there's one player that I really want to see get back into this one is Matt Aarons. He was a big focal point coming into set one and how he closed the door on for Newport Harbor. Let's see what he can do here on out, especially in set three.
That one's off the block from Keno, but kept alive by the Sailors. Oh, what a dig by Hua. This one's going to Choi, blocked, recycled by the Oilers. Here's Tchaikovsky, over to Arguello, blocked and roofed. Mats Aarons, right on cue, says, ole.
Mats Aarons, what a difference maker. Came in here tonight with 45 blocks on the year, and he's tallied them up. And right there, nothing one but bigger to tie it up.
Tchaikovsky setting it to Choi, off the block. Newport Harbor can't keep it alive. Choi's starting to get in a little bit of a rhythm. He's got 7 kills right now. As Keno Costi will serve.
Taryn, did you ever play 2K?
No.
No. Well, there's a takeover in 2K where your whole team can go on a scorch run, and that's what I feel like we're seeing from both sides. But Huntington Beach has had some multiple takeovers.
That one goes a little long for Newport Harbor as it's a point for the Oilers as they lead 9-7.
But now we're in a game of a little bit of tug of war. So now what Newport needs to do, bring the momentum back on their side, rely on those middle blockers, and let the outside hitters cook.
That serve from Costi goes long, That is the missed serve number 10 for Huntington Beach. You can miss a lot of serves, though, and still be successful. You just can't have missed serves at the worst possible time, as here's Mott's Aaron serving. Good serve from Aarons. Going over to Choi. Oh, with the left-hander, Colin Choi through the block.
You know, in basketball, teardrops are the beauty floater shots. Well, right there, that roll shot and tip from Choi is the beauty in this sport.
Good serve by Tchaikovsky. Over to Clemo. He stops, but Newport Harbor recycles it. On two, it's blocked! Lucas Brazel and Colin Choi slammed the door shut on Pence, who tried to go on two, but no avail.
Newport's got to close the gap, Taryn.
And they need a point right here and now. Pence over two. Hanson Mann. It's his fourth kill of the night. As Tyler Pence will go back to serve. Sailors down 9-11. Needing a spark here. Good serve from Pence. Tchaikovsky to Arguello. No doubter on that one.
Pick a player to beat you on any given night on all these players, but pick one, Taryn, because right now we are just seeing some star-studded action.
One-handed set to Clemo. That's blocked. Recycled by the Sailors. Rogers setting it up for DeMaio. Dug up by Hua. Tchaikovsky going over to Arguello. Nice dig by Wick. Pence to DeMaio, off the block and down. Kill number 4 for DeMaio, my apologies, as Henry Clemo will serve.
Hey, like you said, experience matters in any sport. Rely on the senior to cut this down at 2.
Serve goes long. Only the 4th missed serve of the night for Newport Harbor. Like I said, in set number 2, we didn't get a chance to see Newport Harbor serve a lot as Nick Lowe goes back in for the Oilers and will serve.
That's a good point that you brought up too, though. When you don't have enough serves, though, that can get you cold. And that honestly is not what you want to have in this sport.
Nice little serve from Lowe. Newport Harbor's going to have to force this one over. Free ball for the Oilers. Tchaikovsky, back set to Arguello. And it's out. And assistant coach Matt Johnson gets the towel to wipe up the perspiration. Serving will be Max Rogers. Sailors down 2, but it feels like they're down a bit more.
Well, that's why they got to get the crowd going and back into this. And right here, be a good possession for Harbor to get back in it.
Back set to Arguello, dug up by Rogers. DeMaio poked it over. Here comes Huntington Beach on the attack. Blocked and roofed. Mott's Aaron. The big fella slams the door shut. Are you kidding me?
That's how you bring the crowd back into the game. You let your middle blocker come toe-to-toe with an opposite and say no.
What a good serve. Middle attack, Costi, but it's a net violation. And Pence probably thinking to himself, I made that dig for nothing. But that's just how the net jiggles and the ball bounces.
The little things matter. The little things matter, and it's going to cost one of these two teams when it's all said and done, and they got to figure it out because right now it's a nail-biter in some situations, but also a large deficit in others.
So they bring in Nicky Brazel, junior opposite. Wasn't Huntington Beach's starting rotation last year. Doing a little Micah Goss action before the serve. What a good serve right there. Going over to Wick. That one's wide. Craig Pizzanti says, nope, that was not touched. As Huntington Beach takes the point. They cross 15 first, with Brazel still serving. I think the Huntington Beach fans should be doing like UCI fans do with Micah Goss, doing the little clap before the serve. But as that one goes off the top of the twine and down on the Oilers side.
My favorite thing to watch in volleyball is how the bench gets involved. They have to be able to rattle their opponents, because at the end of the day, when everyone is on their feet and really getting the participation going, it makes it that much more brighter and nerve-wracking.
Zach DeMaio to serve. What a good serve right there. Tchaikovsky, middle attack. Ken Okosti hanging and banging. He's got 5 kills right there. And yeah.
Sorry,
Oh
Taryn.
my goodness.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. Speechless. We're doing some Tchaikovsky music for Mr. Tchaikovsky, because he's really making his presence felt.
Oh, good up right there from Tchaikovsky. Free ball to the Sailors. Pence, back row, Henry Clemmo. Did he get a touch? Negatory. But it looks like Logan Hutnick will get a chance to serve after Newport Harbor calls timeout. Newport Harbor down 4. Biggest lead of the set for the Oilers. We're trying to take a 2-1 lead.
Yeah, what's been the difference maker right now is literally the middle blockers play and allowing them to really start it going. The setters have been amazing with the passes and getting it going, but we need to see some outside hitters really take it over. We've seen it from Huntington Beach, but now from Newport. Let Alex Wick cook. Let Henry Clemmo get back into this one and pull it. It's a 4-point deficit. These are the players, they're seniors. Rise to the occasion and find it, because again, this can go and leap you towards the playoffs. The playoffs are coming.
And this could be the difference maker between playing a game at home or playing a game on the road. Though I imagine Newport Harbor could be a 6, if not a 7-8 seed. I mean, I can't imagine Newport Harbor falling below the 6th spot. They don't have any bad losses. I mean, the only close thing to a bad loss for Newport Harbor is losing to Los Alamitos, which is ranked 8th in the CIF Southern Section rankings. But we will see the playoff bracket released not this Saturday, but the following Saturday, as Hutnick is actually going to go with a float serve. Nearly caught Newport Harbor off guard, as that one's dug up by Hutnick himself, but no one available to answer the phone. And that one goes to voice message saying that point goes to Newport Harbor.
Hey, open campfire right there. And you know what? We could have just got warm right there, Taryn, because now it's starting to heat up in set 3.
Alex Wick serving. Sailors need a little bit of a spark here. Down 3. Good pass by Hutnick. Tchaikovsky to Choi. Roll shot. Oh, what an up by Clemmo. Sailors have to force it over. Tchaikovsky, middle attack, Ken Okosti. Just levitating in the middle, as that puts him at 6 kills. Huntington Beach has 4 different players with 6 or more kills.
That's insanity.
Shows that their offense is just so balanced, and you got to give it up for Tchaikovsky. Younger brother of Bennett, Carter Tchaikovsky made the US U17 qualifier national team. That one goes into the twine. Give Newport Harbor the point. That is the Oilers' 12th missed serve right there. They have proven to be successful tonight.
Well, let's put the caring aspect in the 6 pillars of character right here for Newport Harbor. Find the care to eliminate this game and tie it all up.
Back set to Arguello, blocked and roofed! Henry Clemmo says your credit card has been denied. Sailors only down 2 in set 3, needing this 3rd set win. Here's the instant replay on that block. Oh, what a serve right there. Tchaikovsky going to Choi. Oh my goodness. Colin Choi looking a little like Dylan Klein out there. That's his 4th kill of the set and his 9th kill overall. Huntington Beach just finding different players to get involved in.
That was an amazing reference right there, Taryn. Yes, Mr. Choi looks like the Energizer Bunny as well. Good old battery spark he is for the Oilers.
Here's Tchaikovsky serving. Good serve right there from Tchaikovsky. Pence, back row, to Whip. Oh, what a dig by Hua. Tchaikovsky back set to Arguello. Kept alive by Pence. DeMaio. Sailors will have to free ball it. Tchaikovsky over to Choi. Two-hander dug up by Wick. Pence to Clemmo. Oh, what a dig by Hutnick. Does Arguello get it over? He does! It is alive! Alex Wick! Wide! Huntington Beach with maybe the point of the match! Oh my goodness! Ben Arguello with the hustle play of the night. Put him on ESPN Top 10. Da-da-da, da-da-da. And Pat Eaton will call timeout.
I don't even know what to say, but the idea in this rally, I didn't even want it to end. And the fact that it had to was so heartbreaking, because at the end of the day, everyone was on the edge of their seats.
Pence wondering if that ball was passed out of play. And oh my goodness, here is an instant replay. Oh, there was an instant replay, but no. False alarm. But Newport Harbor down 20-16 in set 3. This is kind of a precarious situation for Newport Harbor. They could ill afford to go down 2-1 against Huntington Beach.
I believe right now what's happening in this huddle up, this timeout for Coach Eaton, is the idea that they need to find a way to get the passing going, find a way to get another rally like that, but in their favor. Alex Wicks has been a very bright spot for the Sailors with over 10 kills. And you know what? The idea in this, they got to find to get over this hump. It's been 4 points we've seen here on here out in set 3. I mean, Taryn, when you have to go against a David and Goliath situation, go up there, find a way, and stop them and put them to sleep.
I wouldn't call a Newport Harbor David Goliath. I think they're right there with Huntington Beach. I mean, it's hard to really say for Newport Harbor. Like, they're right there when it comes to Newport, when it comes to taking down Huntington Beach. Like that first match in Best of the West, they darn near could have beaten Huntington Beach. And that second match, they went up 2-0. Set 4 was a heartbreaker, and eventually they lost in that 5th set. Here's Pence, middle attack, blocked. Newport Harbor keeps it alive. That one's rejected at the net. Arguello and Brazow say,
Middle blocker and the opposite hitter going to work defensively.
There's Tchaikovsky serving. Another good set right there. Over to Clemo, through the block and down. Oh, Newport Harbor needed that point in the worst way, as that is Clemo's 5th kill of the night. By my numbers. These are unofficial numbers, by the way. That is not what you want to see if you are Newport Harbor. 3rd missed set of the set for Newport Harbor. 5th missed set overall. Newport Harbor could really use a service ace right now as Henry Katz checking in for Henry Clemo. Henry for Henry action.
Little H square, and he only has 1 service ace on the year, libero and Katz. But right now, he's got to find a way defensively to get his team on the right track.
Another good serve right there from Choi. That was a nice little fake out right there from DeMaio. And that has kind of been Newport Harbor's bread and butter all season. Thinking that they're going to go middle, but then they spring DeMaio into action. Clemo comes back in for Katz. As Henry Clemo will go to the service line. 3-year varsity letterman for this team. That one hits the corner and it's an ace. First ace of the set for Newport Harbor, and the 3rd ace of the night for Newport Harbor, or for Clemo. Huntington Beach trying to stop the bleeding as they call timeout.
15 service aces for Mr. Clemo on the year. And yes, an anchor, if we say so ourselves, for this team. That's exactly what they needed. You talked about it right on cue. 4 points. How do the Sailors get over this hump?
They're going to need a lot more of those service aces. That's their first service ace since the previous set. But it feels like they have a lot more service errors than just 5. They have 6 aces on the night. But Huntington Beach is just serving aggressively. Interesting thing is that Huntington Beach only has 1 ace on the night, but sometimes it doesn't show on the box score. You serve tough, and you get those points stacking up and up and up and up.
Yeah, and that helps you in padding the lead as well. And the idea right here in a 3-point game, actually, they just updated the score for us. to understand, Taryn, that for Newport, this is an idea to say, hey, we matter in this league. We are 7th nationally, CIA and California 7th. According to Max Preps, they're going to show right here why they want to be top 5 indeed, and right here has an opportunity to do it.
Sailors down 3 as it's 22-19. Here's Clemo serving. Oh, what a serve right there. And it's an ace! Little confusion from the Oilers, and that one just drops out of the blue, and Newport Harbor only trails 20-22.
He's skipping aces, Mr. Clemo is.
4th ace of the night for Clemo. Almost could have been 5. Tchaikovsky to Hutnick. Who else? The big fella committed to SC just puts down the sledgehammer.
He's like a galloping stallion, Taryn. When he's up there on the wind, it's really hard. Even if you're trying to go from a middle block position, an opposite hitter, it's hard to stop number 21.
Good pass by Clemo, going over to Wick. That one actually finds the open daylight, and that is a fortuitous point for the Sailors. But they still find themselves down 2. Huntington Beach still with a timeout remaining. Newport Harbor fresh out of timeouts. It's Max Rogers serving. Well, what a nice serve right there. Going to Hutnick again, and he just continues to find a way. And Huntington Beach will have 3 set point opportunities as Nicky Brazow will check in, which is probably the best guy you want serving the ball if you're Huntington Beach.
Yeah, he's been a thorn in the Sailors' side.
You just saw Logan Hutnick point to his vein. So he's got ice in his veins. See if Brazow ends the set. Good pass by Clemo. Going over to Wick. Does he get fingers? He does! And I can confirm he did get fingers. From my point of view, he got fingers. So Newport Harbor dodges 1 set point. Arguello back in for the Oilers. Serving now Zach DeMaio. Set point number 2 for the Oilers. Does Newport Harbor have a little bit of Sailor magic left in them? Good pass by Choi. Tchaikovsky, one-handed set to Hutnick, dug up. Here's Pence to Wick, hits the antenna. Oh no, and Newport Harbor would like to have that point back as Huntington Beach takes set 3, 25-22, leading the match 2-1. We're going to take ourselves a quick little commercial break. When we come back, we'll have set 4 action between Newport Harbor and Huntington Beach. You're watching Tar TV Sports Boys Volleyball Sunset League action. We'll be right back. Welcome back to set number 4 between Newport Harbor and Huntington Beach in boys volleyball action, Sunset League edition. Huntington Beach took the third set, 25-22, leading the match 2-1. We got some celebrities in the house. There's Sean Bolton over there. We also have Dan Glenn in the house, up in the rafters. Biggs, as we like to call him, a legend in the high school boys volleyball realm. We also have Mike Butler in the crowd with his wife. He's actually the PA announcer for Huntington Beach. So a lot of celebs happening in this crowd, but Newport Harbor finds themselves down 2-1 against the Oilers. Oilers can clinch a share of the Sunset League title if they get this set win, but if Newport Harbor gets this set win, we will push it to 5 sets as Alex Wick flexing. As he is actually leading everybody on Newport Harbor in kills with 12.
They're going to need a lot more of Alex Wick. Try to tie this matchup.
So here's Colin Choi serving. Good serve by Choi. Here's Pence over to DeMaio. That one caught fingers. Got a piece of the pie before dinner time. And Newport Harbor scores the first point of set 4.
Well, we've seen that story before, but how can they consistently do that and extend and gain a lead?
Here's DeMaio going to serve. Good serve by DeMaio. Tchaikovsky over to Hutnick. He has had himself a big night, and he just detonated on that one.
He's looking like a Division I volleyball player to me.
That's kill number 19, if I'm doing my math correctly. This kid is just something special. Interesting thing is, I saw him against Los Alamitos. I think he only had 10 kills. The kill leader was Ben Arguello, so it really depends on who has the bigger night, as here comes Mott's Aarons with the swift strike in the middle.
Find a way to get it done, and I like to say sticks in the number 11 jersey for Aarons, and he's been a reliable anchor for them tonight. Got to keep it going.
Just like in football, if you run the middle, then good things happen. But you can't miss serves like that. So Nikki Brazow checks in for Arguello, as Brazow will serve.
He's been a valuable contributor here, the junior has this evening for Huntington Beach.
Nice little serve right there from Brazow, but it's a middle attack, but it's gonna go wide left. So the Oilers take the lead at 3-2 in set 4, as Brazow is gonna do his little Micah Goss impersonation at the service line.
Yeah, for Aarons, I mean, that was a great setup and technique wind. I think his hand got a little bit way too down to pinpoint where he wanted to go with the ball.
That serve goes long for the Oilers, as that is miss serve number 13 for Huntington Beach. They are just serving aggressively. Like I said, it doesn't show in the stat sheet, but it shows on the court. Good serve by Aarons. Tchaikovsky, middle attack for Ken Okosti, hanging and banging yet again.
Again, a defensive-minded player, also an offensive elite playmaker.
Good float serve from Hutnick. That one is going to have to be angled by Wick, and he gets that one to go down. So not the perfect pass, but Alex Wick says, I'll make it work. As Tyler Pence will go to the service line. He has a pair of aces on the night.
Need the leadership from number 7.
Good serve right there. Tchaikovsky back row. Hutnick dug up by Pence. To Wick. Dug up by Hutnick. Tchaikovsky middle attack to Costi. Going Statue of Liberty on that one. And Costi is finding his rhythm, as that is kill number 8 on the night.
If we go back and watching this game, Hutnick went behind his back, didn't even look at the net. He just trusted that I was going to go over, and then Costi just finished it later on. Style.
Hudson Atwell checking in for the Oilers as he will serve. Senior setter for the Oilers. serve that one into the twine.
Service error number 14 for the Oilers on the night.
Still hard to believe that they've missed a bunch of serves, but they lead the match 2-1. Just shows that a lot of teams work in different ways. What a serve by Wick. Overpass! Pushed away, but the Oilers keep it alive. Blocked, but recycled by the Oilers. Back set! Arguello, but it's kept alive. Man, overpass, Tchaikovsky!
There's some nice digs in there from Newport Harbor, but right there, Tchaikovsky playing his own tune once again, and he went the opposite way and forced the Harbor going down ship right there.
Don't think he's done growing. I think he's 6'8". Got to be close to 6'7", 6'8", 6'7" in that regard. 6'5". But I imagine he's still got room to grow in terms of the height department.
According to science, men stop growing at the age of 25, so we'll see.
Good serve from Tchaikovsky. Pence to the middle, dug up by Hutnick. Tchaikovsky going to Choi, rolling that one, dug up by Clemo. Here is Pence, a little bit misdirection, but it's kept alive by DeMaio. Tchaikovsky, Choi, kept alive by Pence. Wick, this one's going to be free-balled by the Sailors. Tchaikovsky, middle attack, Brazow dug up by Pence. Here's Clemo, no good, out of bounds. Oh man, what a rally by both teams. But the Sailors just come up dry as Wesley fell back in for the Sailors.
It's a great effort. Toughness.
That's all you can really do when it comes to a match like this. Another good serve from Tchaikovsky. Pence, middle attack to DeMaio. And Zach DeMaio is in his natural position, middle blocker. So Pat Eaton's trying a little trickery of his own, kind of like what Pizzanti did 2 years ago, back when Huntington Beach hosted Newport Harbor. And they managed to pull off that reverse sweep win on his son's senior night, Jake Pizzanti, who is currently playing out in Long Beach State. Here is Max Rogers serving. It's a nice serve from Rogers. Overpass! Put down by Mats Ahrens.
So both of these middle blockers are starting to play some ball. Now that's what we want to see. So now the idea from both of these two players, Coach Eaton has put out all the stops here tonight, putting all the aces on the card, and that's what you got to do.
That overpass kill was so thunderous that it took out the scoreboard. No, it didn't. And the scoreboard's back. Nice little serve yet again from Rogers. Back set to Choi. Blocked, but it's recycled. Hutnick going over to Arguello. Blocked and roofed. Reach out and stuff someone. Mats Ahrens says no, sir.
Mats Ahrens has come to play, and he's brought the crowd back into it. And that's what you got to do in these type of situations.
Oh, but it's a net violation, as Ahrens can't believe it, but it clearly shows him touching the net. And what could have been an overpass kill turns into a Huntington Beach point, and we are knotted up at Crazy Eights. And you got to feel for him.
You got any eights, Taryn?
Go Fish. Pence, this time, Mats Ahrens almost puts that one down. Tchaikovsky to Hutnick! Oh my goodness! Riding the monorail all the way to the end of the line. That is kill number 20 for the junior.
One more, and it matches the number on his chest.
Colin Choi serving. That one tickles the tape. Pence, back row, Wick, goes wide.
This feels like war, Taryn.
Here's Colin Choi still serving. Consistent as always. Mats Ahrens dug up by Choi. Tchaikovsky back row. Colin Choi! Right on cue. And Newport Harbor's got to take a timeout as that was kill number 10 for Colin Choi. Oilers have 3 different players with 10 or more kills as the Sailors find themselves down 11-8. Craig was smiling for the camera. That looked pretty. I'm sorry, that just looks funny right there. It looks like he's intentionally smiling for the camera, but he's talking to his team.
Hey, it's a good note though for over the last 17 years for Coach Pizzanti. Huntington Beach has captured 6 league championships, experienced 6 CIF finals, has won 2 CIF championship titles, 2 state championship titles, and a national championship for 2014. And you know what? He was the OC Register Volleyball Coach of the Year in 2013. You know what? And an alumni of Huntington Beach High School.
Absolutely. Proud alumni right there. Also, Huntington Beach does have the record for the longest win streak with 121 wins that span from 2013 all the way to 2016. But this very Newport Harbor team did snap that streak. Had a lot of good players on that team with the likes of Cole Pender, Dane Chalmers, Spencer Lawrence, Ethan Talley, Joe Carlos, I forget his last name, but you get the point. Carlos Rivera.
I do, Taryn. There's good Sailors on that team.
Oh, my goodness. Ben Arguello just finds the open real estate, and Pat Eaton just wants to rip his hair out. It's only Arguello's first kill of the set, as Arguello is up to 12 kills.
I feel like the smoke and mirrors game is a 3-headed monster in Choi, Arguello, and Hutnick, and man, oh man, have they been some trouble for the Sailors, but the Sailors got to put up a fight and steer the ship.
Another good serve from Choi. Pence going to the right side. That one's wide from DeMaio. And this is not looking good for Newport Harbor as they find themselves down 5. And this is what Huntington Beach does. They love to string points together. So they're halfway through to getting at least a share of the Sunset League title as Choi, a rare miscue, served that one to the net.
How many service errors is that? 15 now on the
Correct.
night? My goodness. Newport's got to do something to run with it now.
DeMaio serving for the Sailors. Tickles the tape, kept alive by Tchaikovsky. Back set, going to Arguello. Off the block, kept alive by the Sailors. Pence to Clemmo. Just misses the sideline. And Newport Harbor would have loved to have that point. But it's to no avail as the Oilers still lead by 5 with Nick Lose coming in and serving.
On a technical aspect, they're getting the height, they're getting the approach, but right now it's not landing cleanly.
Good little mini jump serve right there. Wick hits that one long, and the Oilers are now 10 points away from a share of the Sunset League title, up 6 on the Sailors, and Pat Eaton has to burn his final timeout, as this is crunch time for the Sailors if they want to play spoiler for Huntington Beach.
And right here, this is a defining moment to just keep pushing it forward, going into the final game as they play the Sailors do. And at the end of the day, when they go into CIF, they want to put their best foot forward, and right here could be an ultimate test to try to turn this game around.
So Newport Harbor, I think, if I recall correctly, yeah, this is their first match since they played Battle of the Bay. So they had 2 weeks off because of spring break. So they're kind of kicking the rust off themselves. Huntington Beach did have the best, or not best of the West, the Clash of the Titans tournament in Punahou, at Punahou High School. Finished third in that tournament. Lost to Miracosta in an abbreviated match. It was best 2 out of 3 as opposed to the 3 out of 5 due to the harsh weather conditions happening in Hawaii. Glad everyone is safe and sound, not blown away, as Nick Lowe is serving for the Oilers. Sailors dry on timeouts, down 6. Oilers need 10 points in order to get a share of the Sunset League title. Here's Pence to the middle. That's just wide. Aaron thought that was in, and I thought that was in, but it just floats long, and this is just not going well for the Sailors, as Pence and Arguello kind of smirking at one another.
I'll say this, Taryn. You got to put a fight in it. The ocean is one type of environment that's rough, but these sailors can steer the ship in that direction. They got to find it, and they got to hit it quickly now.
Here's Pence going over to Clemo. Blocked and roofed again. Arguello says access denied, and Surf City Roofing Company has come to play this match. The Oilers lead by 8. Sailors can only watch. That one goes wide. So a little bit of a breather for the Sailors. Still down 7 as Lucas Brazow and Ivan Hua back in for Huntington Beach. Henry Clemo serving. He does have 4 aces on the night.
Puts him at 16 on the year. He's got to do a little bit more, I feel like, to carry his team. Not this one up.
Oh, good serve by Clemo. Middle attack for Ken O'Costi. Just a lethal weapon for Huntington Beach. That's kill number 9 for Mr. Ken O'Costi. One more and he'll crack double digits. Here's that instant replay. Thread the needle right there as here comes Nicky Brazow.
The Oilers are starting to spill all over Newport Harbor.
That one goes into the string. Missed serve number 5 for Huntington Beach this set. And overall, that is missed serve number 17 for the Oilers. Mott's Aarons will come and serve. Sailors need a big serving run here. Here's Tchaikovsky. Middle attack yet again, Ken O'Costi. And there's kill number 10 right there. Huntington Beach can just distribute the ball anywhere, everywhere, and anytime, any place. They're going to wipe up a little perspiration on the court from the Sailors side.
I think they've hit every single part of this court here tonight.
Feels like it. Newport Harbor doing their best to try to keep the ball alive. Tchaikovsky doing an excellent job of just finding the open player. Here's Hutnick serving. And they go with the float serve. It's a good serve right there. That one is to Wick, kept alive by Arguello. Tchaikovsky on 2! Carter Tchaikovsky playing a symphony of harmony as the Oilers are 5 points away from a share of the Sunset League title. As Zach DeMille will go back in as looks like Hutnick jumped the gun there. He'll be replacing Henry Katz. But once again, Logan Hutnick having a monster game. Had a monster game, had that legacy game against Newport Harbor in the second meeting back in 2024, where he moved from middle to outside. Here comes Hutnick. Oh, he was ready to just jump out the gym, but he just hits that one to the net. A rare error for the USC commit. So here's Tyler Pence serving. Sailors down 8. They need to serve up a storm here. And that's not going to be serving up a storm.
Little things costing them. And at the end of the day, they got to find a way to dig deep, but now just digging more of a deeper hole for them, Taryn.
Asher Mitchell checking in for Huntington Beach. Knows some of these Newport Harbor players well on Balboa Bay Volleyball Club. Here's his serve. Nice little serve right there, going to the middle. Blocked and roofed again. This time it's Lucas Brazow saying, hey, I can do this middle blocker thing too. Oilers up big as they are starting to put in the reserves here. Coming in is Wesley White, a commit to Long Beach State. Also checking in for Newport Harbor is John Hohenstein. Here is Mitchell's serve. Another good serve right there. Back set over to Wick. He goes okie dokie pokey, but Huntington Beach digs that one. That one is dug up. Oh my goodness! The dig kill from Henry Clemo. He says, can you dig it? He says, yes, I can.
Lucky number 13, understanding it. Defense turned to offense. Star-studded player, and that Man, he came into the game with 89 digs on the season, and he's tallied up well over 90.
Tchaikovsky, middle attack for Brazow. Just wipes that one off the block. That's kill number 5 for Lucas Brazow, only a sophomore. Oilers only 2 points away from claiming a share of the Sunset League title in the win, as Tchaikovsky will serve. This one tickles the tape. Pence, back row to Wick, through the block and down. Another big-time hit from Alex Wick. He just continues to find a way. That looks like that is his 14th kill of the night.
Yeah, he's been a leading man for Newport Harbor. And you know what, Taryn? They got to find a way. It's never too late, and never say never. It's not over till it's finally over.
Exactly. It's not over until the final point's been scored. As Colin Choi trying to make sure of that. And it's another kill for Colin Choi. And the Oilers will have match point, 10 match points to work with, as Choi, Mr. Consistent, will serve.
Yeah, and he better be consistently starting to put the scouts on notice, because he can definitely play at the next level.
Here's DeMaio saying, not so fast. Newport Harbor not going down without a fight, as he just throws down that sledgehammer. Here's Zach DeMaio serving, match point number 2 for Huntington Beach. DeMaio's serve tickles the tape. Tchaikovsky one-handed set, kept alive by Wick. Set going to the middle. That one's kept alive. Arguello to Hutnick for the match. No! Passed off the ceiling. Here comes Clemo. Kept alive. Bump set to Arguello. He's roofed. Reach out and stuff someone. Motts Aarons. Match point number 3 coming up for Huntington Beach. Zach DeMaio serving for the Sailors.
Matt Aarons hit the Heisman pose.
And this one, anticlimactic ending as this one goes into the twine. And Huntington Beach takes the match, winning set 4, 25-16. And they are at least co-Sunset League champions. If Corona Del Mar didn't lose to Fountain Valley, then Huntington Beach has a chance to clinch the Sunset League title on Friday when they host Marina in their senior night. Both teams showing good sportsmanship. This is a hard-fought match. Unfortunately, Sailors come up short as Newport Harbor will look to regroup. They play at Fountain Valley on Tuesday. They will look to lick their wounds and catch their breath as they have a bye on Friday, as they'll look to also prepare for the playoffs too.
That was a great one here with you, Taryn. I appreciate you so much and allowing me to be here at TAR TV. Thank you so much. And I mean, yes, these teams got to get ready for the next step because CIF is approaching.
We're actually going to be taking one quick commercial break. When we come back, we will have hopefully a post-game interview, and we will properly sign you off. You are watching TAR TV Sports, Boys Volleyball Sunset League Edition. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the post-game show of TAR TV Sports, Newport Harbor Boys Volleyball Edition, Sunset League action between the Sailors and the Oilers of Huntington Beach. Here with us is Alex Wick, following a tough 4-set loss. But Alex, it was a great effort from your team. You start off hot, but unfortunately the Oilers kind of caught their second win. What were some positives for you all despite the loss?
Well, we definitely came off to a good, nice hot start. But, I mean, one of our biggest problems all year has just been finishing our game. So we have to have more intent throughout the game. But I think we started off blocking very well, but we kind of lost that throughout the game. But end of the season, so we got CIF coming up, and we got a couple weeks to work.
I was going to say, your next match is against Fountain Valley. That could be the de facto matchup of making sure you don't fall out of that 6th spot. What'll it take to take down the Barons?
A lot of intent and shape with our swings and our passing. I think serve and pass is going to play a pretty big role. But we got another week to get back in the lab and get a lot better. So
6 days off in order to get that win over Fountain Valley. Zach?
Yeah, I mean, hey, Alex, you have 14 kills coming in tonight. You played a masterpiece and valiant effort to you, man. What's the approach you come in, day out, with your guys at Newport Harbor?
It's our senior year, so we got a lot of seniors on the team, so we're just trying to leave it all out on the court. You know, we have a lot of good chemistry, even though tonight we didn't really find a lot of it. But, I mean, we're just leaving it all out on the court.
Well, you got Fountain Valley coming up, and then the CIF, the big stage. So what do you want to leave as your legacy as a Sailor here at Newport Harbor, Alex?
Just having a lot of intent, you know, a lot of intent and shape on the court. Yeah, that's one of my biggest goals and what I want to be remembered for.
We appreciate you so much, Alex. Good luck the rest of the way. Go Sailors.
Go Sailors.
Thank you, Alex. We appreciate it. And ladies and gentlemen, that'll do it for this broadcast of Boys Volleyball Sunset League Edition. We appreciate everyone that tuned in, and we appreciate all of your support. We want to thank everyone for making this happen, from Mr. John Hoyes to the crew back in the studio. And we appreciate everyone and their help for making this happen. And thank you, Zach, for coming in and stepping in as color commentator. I appreciate you being here. You did a fantastic job.
I appreciate you so much, Taryn, and everybody at TAR TV. Hey, brighter days ahead. Appreciate you guys so much. Thank you.
And that'll do it for this broadcast. Once again, for TAR TV Sports, I am Taryn Rodriguez alongside play-by-play. I am Taryn Rodriguez on play-by-play alongside Zach Gretsch. Be sure to follow TAR TV Sports on Instagram for our full broadcast schedule and updates on upcoming coverage. Catch us next time on April 20th, where we will be covering Newport Harbor Boys Lacrosse against San Juan Hills, an intense non-league matchup. Thank you once again for spending your evening with us in this boys volleyball matchup between the Newport Harbor Sailors and Huntington Beach Oilers. For everyone here at TAR TV Sports, and to our friends, family, and everyone else watching at home, thank you for being with us tonight. Good night from Newport Beach, and we will see you on Monday.